Hello! Welcome back to our channel. Today we're jumping straight back into the freezing, unforgiving world of Shadow Slave for our second explainer, Slave Caravan. Okay, picture this. Sunny is deep in a dream. He's standing totally alone on this jagged, lonesome mountain under a ghostly moon. And suddenly, time just breaks. I mean, literally. The sun streaks backward across the sky, and snowflakes actually jump from the ground right back up into the clouds. He's just standing there, watching time flow in reverse.
As he watches this, hundreds of years fly by in the blink of an eye. The snow melts away, and human bones suddenly litter the freezing ground. And then, a moment later, those bones are gone too. In their place, a massive slave caravan, marching backward down the mountain. The whole time, there's this haunting, clanking sound of heavy iron chains echoing all around him. Time slows down, it stops, and then it resumes its normal pace. But right when it does, a massively loud voice absolutely shatters the silence.
The voice commands, "Welcome to the nightmare spell. Prepare for your first trial." Sunny looks around frantically, trying to find who said it, but there's absolutely no one. And then, bam, the surreal dream vanishes, and a brutal reality hits him like a truck. Step, step, another step. He's trudging along a snowy mountain path. There's this dull, agonizing throb radiating from his bleeding feet. He's shivering violently in a threadbare tunic that does exactly nothing against the biting wind. And then comes a sharp jolt of pain from his wrists. He looks down. Heavy iron shackles. The freezing metal is just tearing into his raw, broken skin with every single step.
So we really need to talk about what happens when your first trial starts at the absolute bottom, because Sunny's situation here is uniquely terrible. Usually when freshly chosen aspirants are pulled into the dream realm, they get at least some agency. They might spawn as warriors with decent armor and weapons, giving them a fighting chance, right? But Sunny, he looks around and realizes he is tied to a massive chain winding up the road, surrounded by dozens of hollow-eyed people, slaves, shackled together just like him. He's starting as a powerless slave, already half dead in the freezing cold. I mean, this is literally the worst possible start you could imagine.
Now, despite the absolute panic, Sunny tries to use his head. He remembers what an old policeman told him back in the real world. The nightmare spell creates trials, not executions. It's supposed to be balanced. So Sunny figures, okay, to counter this abysmal start, the spell must have given me something incredible to balance the scales. A powerful aspect, maybe? Channeling those webtoons he used to read, he focuses his mind on words like status or information. And just like that, shimmering ancient runes pop up right in the air in front of him.
But man, the total bleakness of his reality sinks in real fast. Let's look at his profile. Name, sunless. True name, none. Soul rank, dormant. That is the lowest possible rank in existence. And his aspect? Temple slave. Yeah, temple slave. It doesn't exactly scream power, right? But he holds out a tiny bit of hope. Maybe, just maybe, he's got some hidden magical gear to help him survive this freezing mountain.
See, in the dream realm, aspirants rely on two massive things: memories and echoes. Memories are your magical items, weapons, armor, tools that you can summon at will. Echoes are spectral creatures you can call out to fight for you. But what's really devastating here is that next to both memories and echoes on Sunny's screen, there is a big, fat zero. The nightmare spell gave him absolutely nothing. No weapons, no armor, no spectral beasts. Just a pathetic tunic and the freezing wind. Trying to stay positive, Sunny digs deeper into the details of his aspect, hoping for some hidden perk. But the runes for Temple Slave literally read, "Slave is a useless wretch with no skills or abilities worthy of mention. A Temple Slave is just the same, except much rarer." Okay, this is the moment Sunny just snaps. He starts cursing internally, thinking, no useless aspects? Yeah, right. This has to be a sick joke. He's so furious and distracted by this cruel twist of fate that he actually loses his footing. He stumbles, and his weight drags heavily on that massive iron chain connecting the whole group. And that stumble? It causes a literal chain reaction. Right behind him, this desperate, quick-tempered guy snarls, warning Sunny to watch his step or he'll kill him. This shifty guy is completely in full survival mode. Then, right in front of Sunny, there's a broad-shouldered man with a bloodied back who just lets out this dark chuckle. He's completely fatalistic, saying the weakling will be dead by sunrise anyway, and the mountain will probably kill them all. But then, from further down the line, a third voice chimes in. A gentle voice, calm, intelligent, and oddly observant. This mysterious stranger warns the shifty guy not to touch Sunny and mentions that the pass is usually warmer. The shifty guy gets annoyed and demands to know why he shouldn't hurt the kid.
And this is where the gentle voice drops some massive lore that changes everything. He says, "Haven't you seen his markings? He wasn't enslaved for debts or crimes like us. He was born a slave. A temple slave, to be precise." He explains that not long ago, the Imperials actually destroyed the very last temple of the Shadow God, and suspects that's exactly how Sunny ended up in chains. So this isn't just bad luck. Sunny's whole existence is tied directly to a defeated deity.
Now this sets up a fascinating dynamic between the Empire's war god and the forgotten shadow god. The broad-shouldered man just scoffs at the idea, asking why anyone should fear a weakling god who couldn't even save his own temples. But the gentle voice hits back with the cold, hard truth. The Empire, the soldiers driving this caravan, they are protected by the mighty war god. But the slaves? They have zero protection. He basically asks, do you really want to risk angering any god, even a forgotten one? It perfectly highlights the insane power imbalance right as the Imperial soldiers suddenly ride up on them.
The conversation gets cut short when a young Imperial soldier rides up on a pristine white horse. He's wearing a leather cuirass, holding a spear, and looks, well, incredibly noble, almost like the pretty lead of a historical drama. Surprisingly, he actually shows some concern. He looks down at the 18-year-old Sunny with pity and even offers him water from his flask. Sunny hates the pity, but hey, he's dying of thirst, so he reaches for it. But before his fingers even graze the flask, the entire vibe violently shifts. An older, clearly angry veteran soldier rides up fast. Out of nowhere, a whip cracks fiercely through the freezing air. Searing pain explodes across Sunny's back as the veteran's whip slices right through his tunic, drawing fresh blood. Sunny stumbles, dragging the chain again. The older soldier glares at the young one with absolute disgust. When the kid tries to defend himself, saying he was just offering water, the veteran shuts him down cold. He says, "These slaves are not your friends, understood? They're not even people." He literally threatens to whip the young soldier next time, completely dehumanizing Sunny and the whole caravan in one breath. The veteran cracks his whip one more time just for effect and rides past, practically radiating threat and anger. Now Sunny watches him go. But here's the thing, he isn't crying, he isn't broken. Instead, he glares at the veteran with this intense, perfectly concealed malice. In his head, he makes a vow. "I don't know how, but I will watch you die first." Then, he slowly turns his head to the young, pretty soldier who's meekly putting his water flask away. Sunny makes a second vow, and you, second. He despises the cruel veteran, sure, but he equally resents the weak, useless pity of the young one. And guys, this right here, this is the ultimate turning point of the story. This whole degrading, painful interaction awakens something feral inside Sunny. Just moments ago, he was ready to give up in the snow, totally defeated by the nightmare spell's awful hand. But this sheer disrespect, this dehumanization, it completely stokes his will to live. He refuses to go out like this. He decides right then and there, he's going to survive this mountain. He is going to awaken. He's going to turn this miserable curse into a blessing. And for the first time in his life, he's going to claim real power. A tiny smirk actually creeps onto his face as the pieces of a wild, desperate plan start clicking together.
Which leaves us with the ultimate question. Chained, freezing, and marked as the absolute lowest of the low, how on earth is Sunny going to pull off this plan and get his revenge on these heavily armed Imperial soldiers? The mountain is unforgiving, and the night is only getting colder. If you like the story, please like and share it, and subscribe to the channel to watch future episodes. Thanks for watching.